Okay, so hello everybody, and welcome to episode 5, I think, of OakWood Zoo Planet Zoo series, our newest series, that we've been working on for the past 4 or 5 weeks. So today we are probably building my favorite habitat so far in this series, the Przewalski's horse habitat. So I do realize that we have not covered by any means all the Grasslands pack animals. We've only covered the wallaby and the emu. And so that's still like we have at least 6 more species to go. If you count like all the butterflies as one species. But yeah, we have a lot to go on that. But I feel like I wanted to do something a bit different for today, and I wanted to go back to a pack that we didn't really stray too far into earlier this year. Now we had out of all the packs, we had the wetlands pack, which we did actually cover a lot of. Most of the animals, we had the capybara, we had the I can't talk today. The red crowned crane, the platypus, the Asian small clawed otter, and I think we need a couple more. I can't remember exactly what it was. We didn't build for the lechwe, the water buffalo, and we didn't build for the newt. I mean, I guess the newt is kind of just like the newt, so it's not really. You can't really build for it. It's an exhibit animal. And the speckled caiman. That's right. So those 3 we didn't build for, but I felt like we mostly covered a lot of the main stars of that pack. And then the Twilight pack, also in the fall, we did the bats, we did the raccoons, and we just did the wombats a couple weeks ago in this park. Icard in the top, uh, right, I believe. If you want to check out that video after you're done this one, or you want to just go right ahead to that one, it is a very good episode. I'm really love enjoying this series really a lot. Like it's just probably my most like confident I've been in a series yet. For Planet Zoo wise. And then from the Twilight pack, we did not do the skunk and the red fox, which I think we will do eventually in this park. I just haven't really got around to it, and I've been kind of in I'm as I'm building in this, I'm also kind of planning it out in what stages and stuff, and I think we are gonna do like a future tour and future plans and current season 1 tour very soon. So looking forward to that. But the one pack of this year that we haven't strayed too much far into, it was the conservation pack, and I think the reasoning for that was that when it first came out, I couldn't upload a pack or a video for like 3 weeks since it came out because I was sick and I was finishing school and it was kind of like I don't really feel like building it. I don't really feel like making videos, and I just didn't feel like I wasn't up to it. So the only one that we did a build for was the Immortal Leopard, and I mean, you guys actually really enjoyed that. I think that's like the second most popular video on the channel, surprisingly. So it was very liked by you guys. But I realized that we didn't do anything else with the other 3. We didn't do the Siamang, we didn't do the Przewalski's horse, and we didn't do the orcs, the Scimitar horned orcs. So I really wanted to change that, and I honestly really like the Przewalski's horse, and I wanted to just build for it, and I wanted to actually like see it because it looks really good. Um, and I really like the habitat we made. This is definitely my favorite realistic, like definitely my favorite enclosure, definitely so far, of this park. And that might change later on, but for now, I'm really enjoying this. So just the kind of a recap, we have 5 enclosures now with 5 different animals. I guess 6 technically. We have the Przewalski's horse. We have the emu, which I did last week, which also was actually really liked by you guys because we got like 1,000 views on it. It was really good. Um, we put in the Babirusa, which was the first episode. We had the Common Wombat, which was 2 weeks ago, in episode 3, I think. And we have a walkthrough habitat, which is the red-necked wallaby from the new pack, and also joining with the the red kangaroo. Um, so yeah, we have 6 species now in the park, and we're not going to stop there. We're going to keep going. I originally wanted this to be a mini zoo, and I think I'm still going to try and aim for that. The more I'm trying to make it a perfect square kind of with balance at the entrance, but I know it's not going to be. So it's supposed to be like a certain amount of space on the right side of the entrance, certain amount of space on the left side of the entrance, kind of like just like a perfect square with the entrance centering it all. But it's not going to happen. I know that it's not going to happen. We're already past the lengths of like what we need to be like perfect symmetrical. It's not going to happen. Anyways, let's talk about the enclosure that we're building. I did not decide to do a tour this time, because again, like I said, we're going to do a future tour, like, with future plans, in the next few weeks. But yeah, in this habitat we start with like a lovely, kind of like a river, and I kind of destroyed a bit of the side wall from the Babirusa shelter, because the Babirusa shelter is basically like part of the backstage kind of area for the Przewalski's horse. And one of the things that took the longest of this was definitely the foliage. The foliage, not so much the rocks, but definitely foliage was probably the thing that took the most time. Probably in total, like probably like 4 hours of foliage. It was ridiculous, just laying foliage over and over again. But it turned out really well in the end. I really like how it turned out, especially like the river with all the different details, like the elephant grass and the buffalo grass. I love the new foliage in the new pack, the Grasslands pack. We have the buffalo grass and we have the blue reeds. I think it's blue something. But it's like a purple weed kind of like thing, like a reeds kind of like that, and it's perfect. I love it. Both I used them both so much in this new pack. I also used a few other popular plants I used was like the elephant grass on the sides of the river, um, and I tried to like use a lot of the saplings. I used like the beech sapling and the yeah, it's the Brazil nut sapling. Yeah, I put those like on top of each other and then tried to like put them around the lake just to make it more like green. And I really wanted to make this habitat mostly foliage because it's Przewalski's horse. It's I don't know. It just felt like it belonged here, and I feel like it made sense to have lots of foliage, and I really wanted it to be lots of green, and it looks so good in the end. Yeah, it's one of my favorite habitats by far. And the horse fits so well. It can go through everything. It can go like traverse everything. It can't go in the water, which is kind of what I was aiming for. I wouldn't mind if it did, but I'm glad that it doesn't because now it doesn't get too close to the guests. And there's fencing on either end of, I guess only the one end of the river, that keeps the horse from swimming down the river, obviously, or even getting past the shelter. And then the shelter is the other thing that took a lot of time here, because it is just so detailed, and it's probably definitely most detailed interior at least, of a building, because you have the staff area, which like has a bunch of staff props and stuff from the conservation. And not only was this from conservation, the horse was from the conservation pack. We also used a lot of pieces from the actual pack, like the bins and the buckets, the rakes, and a bunch of other stuff. And then we also had the stables. But yeah, I think it looks really good in the end. So moving on to the future plans, I think that's pretty much all I have to say about the actual habitat. So next week we'll keep building on the Asia section, and we are going to continue with the river we built in this episode, and we're gonna follow it through, and we are gonna make another antelope kind of ungulate kind of species, and it's going to be the red deer. I was kind of contemplating like a European fallow deer or the red deer. I know they can both go together in the same habitat, but I wanted to showcase the red deer a bit more, especially because the red deer is one of the newer additions to the game, because we got it in the anniversary update for Planet Zoo's third year anniversary, I think. I think it's third year, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. But yeah, I really want to showcase the red deer alone, just because I haven't even seen it myself personally. Like I've seen it on other people's YouTube videos and obviously stuff like that, or other media, but I haven't actually seen it in person, like in the game. So I really want to see that. It's gonna be very very similar to the Przewalski's horse habitat we're doing today. Very similar theme of the shelter. We're gonna have a lot of the same foliage, so it's gonna be basically like a duplicate of that. Maybe like a few changes. I'll obviously do a few. I think the red deer habitat is gonna be more of a forest, while the Przewalski's horse is a lot more grasslands type. So you don't have a lot of forests or a lot of trees. But the red deer is gonna have a lot of trees because it's gonna be more of a forest habitat. But hopefully it still looks really good. At the time of recording this, I haven't even started on that. I usually assign myself 1 week to do the next habitat, and it's working out good. I've kept up with the schedule so far, and I'm hoping to keep it with that, and I'm not changing it. I know that some people, or not some people specifically, I guess. I was just kind of worried that you guys might not like enjoy the content as much, even though we're not getting 2 episodes per week. But even though before I changed the schedule to only Fridays, I didn't really have a lot of videos going up twice a week anyway, because the schedule was just kind of falling apart. I was under a lot of stress, with like getting things caught up for certain due dates, and with having this only 1 episode a week, it calms me down a lot with like, and it's more fun to build actually, because when I'm all stressed out, with building. It's a lot like time consuming, and it's like nervous and stuff, and I spend way too much time on it. But now that I've changed it to only Fridays, it's more relaxing and enjoyable to build. And I can spend more time on detailing, which we can get good habitats, really nice quality in my opinion. Habitats like this. Um, so I am sorry if you guys, if some of you are a bit upset that we're not uploading as often, but I think the quality of the content is going to be a lot better. I'm kind of going for quality over quantity. But yeah, so in the next few weeks I think we're gonna have 3 episodes left of before our tour of what we have so far of the zoo. Next week is gonna be the red deer habitat on Friday, if I can get it done. I managed to get the Przewalski's horse habitat done in a week, so I don't see any reason why I can't get this one done. I do have school starting next week again, so I'll see how that affects it. I don't think it affects it too much if I can still get a couple hours in every night, or at least one. I think it should be fine. If I do have to delay it, I am sorry. I apologize in advance. I'm gonna try my best to get it on time. The episode after that, we're gonna travel back over to our Australia section. I mean, it's not really Australia. We're gonna do the butterfly house. So we're gonna third animals, I guess. I don't know. I'm gonna put all 5 butterfly species in the same habitat, and we're gonna see how that goes. And it's gonna go in between the emu enclosure and the entrance. So it's gonna like a kind of like a diagonal area, and we're gonna have lots of foliage around it and stuff. Don't know exactly how it's gonna look. I need to look up some references, but I'm hoping it looks pretty good. And then I think the final episode, the week after that, I think we're just gonna do some touch-ups. I'm gonna finish up some stuff with like some staff buildings. Just add some more fences and put some foliage where foliage is due, especially in like the back forest for our Australia section. Because behind the wombats and like the wallaby enclosure against the fence, it's very bland. So I'm gonna try and do that, and just put in like some extra foliage. We might add build like a restroom in the Australia section, and there's not really a lot of filling in to do in the Asia section because it's just like kind of one straight line. Because you go through this one path, you see the pigs, and then you see the horses, and eventually the deer. But in the Australia section, it's kind of like everywhere, like kind of like built up. So I think that we're gonna try and like fill in a lot of that. Mostly, we're gonna fix the Australia section. Nothing to do with the enclosures or anything. I'm just gonna try and fill in some empty spaces and stuff. So yeah, that's my future plans, and then hopefully after that we will have the tour, and hopefully I can map out the next plans, or like what I'm gonna do next for this zoo, because I really don't know. That's my biggest plans right now. My biggest projects right now is gonna be the deer habitat, which is gonna be next week, and the butterflies. That's all I really have planned for now. Eventually we'll have like some guest things like some food, like a food court, or like just like some like adventure kind of things, just some things for the guests to do. But I really don't, I haven't strayed far into that yet, so I'll have to look into it, and see what our plans are. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say for that. We did actually reach 300 at the time of me recording this, which is actually right before this video goes up, same day. We have 388 subscribers, which is really good. In the past week, we've gotten like 20, like over like 30 more subscribers, which is really sudden. And I just wanted to thank all of you so much, for liking and subscribing. In the past week, it's been very helpful. It's been amazing. We are now only like 12 again at the time of this recording. At the time of me recording this, we're only 12 subscribers away from 400, which is very good. So 12 more. If you're watching this and you enjoy what you like what you see, and you're enjoying the content so far, please hit the subscribe button. It helps me out so much, and it helps the channel grow and make me become more popular, and more people can see the builds we make. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. I was kind of looking into Prehistoric Kingdom, and I know they just had an update, the 1.1 update, with the 3 new creatures and the desert update. So we have the Dilophosaurus, the Scyllosaurus, and the Coelophysis. I don't know if I'm gonna make anything for that yet. I probably will at some point, maybe this month. I haven't really thought about it too much. If I do have it, have something like that, then maybe I'll dedicate a week to it. So instead of an OakWood Zoo video, we'll have Prehistoric Kingdom. But I don't know. I can still add to our current park that we had. Our last episode was like, I don't know, like 3 months ago. I'm very bad at that. And also, I haven't even started yet into the Malta pack for Jurassic Evolution 2. I haven't really played that a lot. Mostly been focused on Planet Zoo. But who knows, maybe when I have some free time later on this month, I will go into those 2 games and we'll see what's happening. As for like the other game we played, like Fall Guys, I don't. I know a lot of you didn't really watch anyway. The compilation of the wins, because again, this channel is mostly for building and things like that, which is why Fall Guys didn't really get a lot of views or anything like that. It wasn't. Yeah, it's just something different. I just wanted to try it, and I think I will still upload it. But the game's just been really boring and kind of dead to me, so I'm just waiting until they do something new, exciting again to get me back in. But for now, I'm just gonna focus on Planet Zoo and maybe Prehistoric Kingdom or Jurassic World Evolution 2. So that's all I have to say. I hope you all enjoy the rest of the speed build. What's left of it. And I will see you at the end for the cinematic shots, and I will actually talk to you guys next week, maybe, I don't know. Will I talk to you? I don't know. We'll see. I'll see you guys next week for the Red Deer Habitat on Friday. I hope you all enjoy, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye guys.